Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. And what are we talking about this week, Kales?
Well, I need to do a little weekend recap.
Okay.
Because the rents came up.
Nice.
So mom and dad came up and went over to Round Rock, hung out with both of them and Stacy and Bub and a few of their high school friends that were in town. They were doing a little reunion and invited me.
Fun.
Yes. So we went to downtown Round Rock, bee-bop to the bars, and played some darts at one of the bars. Me and dad whooped some ass. What do you know?
Mm-hmm.
What do you know? I hit the last two bullseyes. It's fine.
No big deal.
Yep, no big deal. But it was a really fun day. And then something crazy happened that I haven't told you about because I was saving it.
Nice.
Absolutely wild. So we're at the Rock Sports Bar in downtown Round Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at a table. We're all, chatting. And the waiter comes up and he comes to like me and dad's corner of the table and takes our order. And we both get a Moscow Mule. And I'm like, this overwhelming feeling kind of comes over me. And I'm like, Dad, he walks off and I go, Dad, I know this is going to sound crazy. And he's like, what? And I'm like, our waiter looks like and is giving me SJ from the Blind Side, the little kid, the little brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, he just really looks like him. He sounds like him, his mannerisms,
I can picture my mind's eye, but I'm going to look him up anyway.
Well, I have pictures on my phone that I didn't send you, so I'm going to have to show you, but you'll edit them in a second. Like, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah.
So he, and my dad's like, yeah, he kind of does look like him. I was like, okay, whatever. Let this overwhelming feeling go from, I'm obsessing. Now it's just all I can think about is this kid looks like SJ from the Blind Side. So we go play darts. We come back to the table. He comes up again. And I'm like, no, now I'm convinced. I'm like,
that it was him?
Yeah. I'm like, Dad, no, I really think it's him. He's like, that would be kind of wild. And I'm like, hold on. So then I go on Google and I search him and his name's Jay Head.
Mm-hmm.
SJ in real life's name is Jay Head. And I'm like, okay. So then I go to his Instagram.
Which is literally where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And then I see he's posting like he's in Texas.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah. This one has Austin, the Capitol building out the window.
I'm like, okay, Dad, don't freak out. But he's posting pictures of Texas. And Dad's like, no. And then I go, oh my God, I found a picture with his tattoos. This will be, yes. And then I zoomed in on his hand tats. And I'm like, okay, if he has the hand tats. And I go, Dad, I feel like I noticed a tattoo on his hand. He's like, no, but I think he has one. I said, okay, call him over here for something and let me scope him out. So we get him to the table again. I look at this man's hand. It's the same tattoo.
Oh my God.
And I am like, oh my God. He walks off. I interrupt the table. Like my parents and their friends are talking. And I'm like, guys, this is important.
Hold everything.
Sorry to interrupt y'all. That was probably rude. But I'm 99% sure that our waiter is SJ from the Blind Side.
That's crazy.
And they're like, no way. I'm like, no, he has the same freaking hand tattoo of a flower. He's posting Austin on his Instagram.
I mean, you can look at pictures of him and compare it to that guy.
Yeah. And they're like,
which I would say that that's crazy that you recognized him because he looks so different.
They're like, no, it's probably just a doppelganger,
yeah.
And I'm like, no, guys, I'm telling you, it's him. I got the overwhelming feeling the second he came up to my table.
That egghead, though.
No, the second he came up to the table, and then I just couldn't let it go. So Bub just walks up to him. Are you SJ?
I'm sure he gets that all the time.
And he goes, yep. Robin, at a bar in downtown Round Rock, and SJ from the Blind Side is literally serving me my Moscow Mule.
Why does that make me sad for him?
Well, hold on. So then Bub proceeds to question him.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you act anymore? He's like, yeah, I do little parts here and there. But really, I just wanted to move back to Texas and spend time with my family. I'm from Texas. My family lives here. It was by choice.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because he was not only his main role, obviously, SJ from the Blind Side, but he was in one episode of Law and Order SVU, one episode of How I Met Your Mother, 5 episodes of Friday Night Lights. And like, I think we researched his like net worth was around like 300,000.
Yeah.
300,000. And he's just like waiting at a table in Round Rock.
That's crazy. Like at a sports bar.
At a sports bar. But it was just, they were like, Kaley, how did you know? And I'm like, I don't know, y'all.
You just knew.
I just kind of feel like I have a knack for like recognizing people.
Yeah.
You know, I have a pretty good memory.
Yeah.
And it was just this weird thing. As soon as he started talking and I turned towards him, it was this overwhelming.
Like,
yes, it was like this weird feeling I got. And then they were like, that is so impressive. And I told my parents, I was like, well, good thing y'all invited me, because if y'all didn't, y'all would have just gone to the sports bar, ordered your drinks, and not even known that you were getting served by SJ from The Blind Side.
So he didn't seem to mind being recognized or
Oh,
anything
no, he
like
loved
that.
it. He
should have been
over-
like, what was Tim like?
Right. Can you talk to
Sandy.
me about Tim Riggins?
Yeah. Does Sandra Bullock still live in Austin?
Oh, you're talking about Tim McGraw. I was talking about Tim Riggins from Friday Night Lights.
Oh, no. I was
That
talking about Tim McGraw.
I think she has.
I think so, yeah.
I think she's got a
At
house
least she
here.
did for a long time.
Yeah.
I wonder if they hang out.
I wonder.
It's like, sup, Mom?
So weird. He was really nice about it. He came over and took a bunch of pictures with us, which
Nice.
you'll edit in right here.
Yep.
I got a picture with just him and me, and then we got one with the group.
That's crazy.
It was, and he just talked to us for a little bit. It was
What
wild.
a small world.
It was just the last thing you'd expect going to downtown Round Rock.
Right.
And just
And the fact that you
clocked it.
right away.
Clocked it.
I feel like
instantly.
normally those things take like the whole dinner, and then you're like, oh, I think that's
Telling
him.
you, the second he spoke to us, I turned to my dad and I'm like, I'm gonna sound like a lunatic, but hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that was my crazy story.
That's wild.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll add another one to my celebrity list. That
There
I've
you
met.
go. There's a story for another time.
Mhm.
So my weekend was lovely. That's my favorite word. Harrison's birthday party was on Sunday, and we had it at the pool. Overcast, no sunscreen needed. Everybody showed up on time. I was running a little bit behind. It didn't matter. We had the whole cabana. It was only $75 for 3 hours for this giant cabana
That's nice. Yeah.
with the counter and the
It's
fans.
not bad
and
at
the whole
all,
nine.
actually.
Yeah. And I brought that fan that I have that is like in 2 parts.
Oh, yes, I do, Robin.
Yes. So I brought that on purpose.
Y'all, just so y'all know, Robin, if there's a way she can bring a fan somewhere, she's bringing a fan
I'm bringing a
somewhere.
fan. And this is a huge fan, like probably
Yeah,
18
she's saying
inches.
2 parts because it's like the big fan part and then like the base. Yeah.
And the manufacturer, it's messed up, so it doesn't stay together. So if you lift the top part off, it just comes right off the stand. I was like, I bet it's going to be so hot when I'm setting up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so clutch. I just put it right by the little counter area where I was getting the decorations and setting the food out. And man, it was humid. And the storm started rolling in right around, we'd maybe been there an hour and a half. So everybody got out of the pool, went in the cabana. No, it's a huge cabana. So there's no us getting rained on. Did cupcakes, did presents. Everybody came back here. A bunch of people came back here afterward because it was really storming by then. So it was nice. Betty hung out here for a while. And,
fun.
she was like, oh, is this Sawyer's side of the bed? I was like, yes, and sometimes Kaley's.
Yeah. True.
It's really Nate's side of the bed, but who spends the most time in it? But it made me think of this story whenever Foster, their son, was his birthday party, and Sawyer was 3 at the time, and I was out to here ready to pop because Foster's birthday is 4 days before Harrison's.
Okay.
So it was Foster's birthday party, meaning Harrison was, if it was on his birthday, 4 days. So within a week of me having Harrison, that's how pregnant I was. And it's at their neighborhood pool. They also had a little cabana, but it was the normal poolside cabana.
Got it.
Like you can fit 1 table under it.
Right.
And this storm rolls in out of nowhere. And the rain is coming in sideways.
Oh, no.
It was like a monsoon hurricane hybrid. It was crazy. So we're all like huddling in a
in this small little cabana.
big little circle in the middle, just trying to like protect ourselves, and the rain's
Protect your
coming
belly.
in.
Yeah.
The belly. The kids are all huddled in. We're like, get out of the pool. And it's coming in sideways like you would not believe. And we're all just like, oh my God, surely it's going to stop soon. And I was wearing a long dress and it was just soaking wet. And Sawyer's right in the middle of the little huddle, and she looks up and she goes, I want to go bye-bye. We all just started dying laughing. We were like, me too. But then it cleared up and everybody got right back in the pool. It was fine.
Oh.
I mean, chairs were flying. It was crazy.
It was just real quick?
Yeah, real quick. It was
Interesting.
wild. But another thing that's going on is that they've been putting little flags and spray painting stuff in our yards.
Yeah.
For like a couple weeks.
I came over the other day and you were like, I don't even know what this is, why they're doing this. And I was like, okay, there's random flags up in your yard. Yeah.
So no communications. I've checked everything. I even went to Facebook. Like what is
Facebook?
Facebook.
Oh.
I went to my unofficial neighborhood group because that's where people are snarky and funny. It's not like the official group.
Yeah.
And I'm scrolling through there, nothing. Well, then Saturday morning, I hear this like, dut, 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 dut. Like, what is that? And they were digging. And I mean digging in my lawn.
Oh, no.
Like up to what, like 10 feet from the sidewalk?
Yeah.
And so if I look at these markers, it's all around the entire cul-de-sac, all the surrounding streets.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we were the chosen ones to go first. And there are, 3 tractor type, whatever, construction.
Yeah, I pull up today and I'm like,
out there.
Oh my gosh.
They've dug it all up, no communication. So I finally reached out to the HOA. Nobody was answering the phone. So I just did it in the little app and they messaged me back and they're like, we have no idea.
Who's running this joint?
Yeah, they have no idea. They were like, can you please provide more context? Like, does it say anything on the
Surely your HOA has
on
to
the
know
vehicle?
If they're tearing up the yards in the neighborhood.
She said, thank you for reaching out regarding the recent activity in your yard. We are currently not aware of any scheduled maintenance or projects in that area. Can you please provide more details about the workers and the work being done? Any information such as the company name, uniforms, or any signage they may have will be helpful. What usually happens in these situations, the vendor will generally need a permit from the city. It's not required to notify the HOA, blah, blah, blah. Once we have more details, we can investigate. And so I sent them pictures and I was like, I don't really see any company names, but they've been out here for a while, like planning this.
Yeah.
So I've heard one person responded to I posted in the Facebook group. I was like, anybody know what's going on? Are they going to replace our grass?
What's going on? Yeah.
And one person just said AT&T fiber. So.
Interesting.
And you know my neighbor that we're friends with?
Yeah.
He said he has an inside scoop and he also heard it was AT&T fiber.
I'm
like, I'm not mad at AT&T fiber,
right.
but okay, in this
How about
case,
a heads up?
The city could communicate it.
How about a heads up?
Very odd. So hopefully I kind of feel like it's going to last a really long time.
Oh, I don't think this is going to be quick.
Yeah, because this
Based
is already
on
day
the damage
4 or 5.
already done.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a quick thing.
Yeah, and it's raining all week.
Fun.
Yeah, so it's been kind of a gloomy week here in Texas. Just a heads up, Kaley and I are recording this way earlier than we normally do in the week.
Yeah.
So if anything crazy happens that you would have expected us to
talk
about, it's because we probably recorded this before the crazy thing happened. Yeah. Just felt like I wanted to call that out.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for this weekend though, but when this comes out, it will have just happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's bebop to the top time.
Yay!
I don't know why I always want to say bebop to the top when it's definitely just bop to the top. But
and the song goes
bop, 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 bop to the top.
I couldn't remember it.
So excited. We're just all getting so excited. We all have our outfits. Got my little Hannah Montana shirt with my little sparkly purple skirt.
We'll be able to put a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Oh, I'm sure you had so much fun.
Yeah. Sparkly little skirt with my little white cowboy boots.
Which I will watch it between now and the next recording because then we can talk about Bop to the Top and the movie. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Did you see that they're coming to, I don't know if
Austin?
At the end of August. I don't know if it's like the official one or if it's like a movie version. I was kind of unclear on that.
No, I think it's the official one. They added Austin, but I think I'm going to be at a bachelorette party. What do you know?
She's never here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Friday, August 23rd.
I'll be goner.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what this is. But they added Austin last minute.
Bummer.
Yeah. But I'm really excited because they have like a couple different little contests that you can enter. And I'm going to enter one, the Rockstar Lip Sync Battle.
What?
For one of Hannah Montana songs.
I didn't know that they did a little contest.
So they really, like the first one that we went to, they did bring people up on stage, but they didn't call out the contest before. It was just like picking random people from the crowd. But this one,
you can like make a formal submission.
Yes. So this one, like if you get there early, then you like get in line to be entered into this contest. And there's like 4 that they're running.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to do the Rockstar Lip Sync Battle. And then Kelby is going to try to do the Hoedown Throwdown dance contest from the movie. You'll see.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be, we're just really looking forward to it.
That's exciting.
I know this sounds so silly and cheesy, but it's just so fun and I cannot wait.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, happy birthday to me.
No.
Yeah.
This comes out on your birthday.
This comes out on my birthday.
Happy birthday to Robin.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's wild.
I know. I don't have any plans.
For
Because
this
we're going to the
weekend?
beach the following weekend.
Oh, that's right.
And we're celebrating, I think, 5 birthdays.
Holy.
Out of the 13 of us that are going, 5 of us have birthdays like in between the last time that we saw each other. So July 5th, like nothing even close to July 5th. The first one is Harrison's July 17th, all the way through August 14th. There's 5 birthdays of people that are going to be there. So we're going to do like a massive birthday party.
Love it.
Yeah.
You and I are going to do something for yours. It's just I need to figure out my schedule with all the wedding things.
Yeah.
So we're going to find a weekend and do something good.
And we got to figure out the next recording. So if
you're
there's no
gone.
episode next week, sorry, it's because I'm gone.
Yeah, we're going to figure that out, but there may be no episode.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. We are going to be talking about episode 6.
Yes.
So not episode 7, just through 6.
Yes.
I just keep having to remind myself of the time.
Yes.
The time difference. Okay.
You got some notes?
I thought I did, but maybe I don't. Maybe I didn't take any notes. Oh, nope.
Okay.
It's all in my brain.
Same. I'm not gonna lie.
A little disappointing.
Little disappointing.
Yeah.
This season, there's been some really great stuff, but if I look at it as a whole so far, it's kind of been slow for me. I'm in it. Like, don't get me wrong.
It's just like how much more could happen. There's only 2 more episodes.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to jam pack the last 2 when they could have been giving us a little bit more, I feel like, throughout.
Yeah. And then we're just going to be waiting for a year for season 3.
The fact that we only have 2 more episodes.
Yeah, that's actually wild.
And sad. Very sad.
I just don't love this whole like 8 episodes, 6 episodes, which I'll talk about later, the 6 episodes of it all. But 8 episodes, I mean, give us at least 10.
Yeah, at least 10.
How hard can it be to get 10 episodes of something?
I agree. And Damon is still...
He's still in the House
of
of
Horrors. And I'm over it.
Yeah.
I can't say it enough.
Nope.
I don't even want to focus on it.
But at least we know that the battle's coming to him. Like Kristen Cole is on the march. By the time this episode comes out, something will happen at Harrenhal.
We're hoping.
It better. Manifesting it.
God.
I know.
Very interesting dynamic of Aemond being king and, you know, literally firing his mother from the council.
Sorry, Mom, you fired.
You done.
I mean, we should have seen that coming, but yeah.
Then he wanted to sell her off.
I just feel like Allison, she's like, oh no, the consequences of my own actions.
Then they wanted to sell her off as a wife.
I know.
God, this. I was going to say this poor woman, but then again, the consequences of her own actions.
Yeah, she put herself in that prison.
Yeah, she did. So she's off the council. He's like, you're no longer needed. You can go back to your domestic duties.
Domestic duties. Go fuck yourself.
God, that evil one-eyed son of a gun.
Skeletor-looking motherfucker.
God. Yeah.
He's got hate in his heart.
And then he was all up on Aemond Aegon and like pressing the ball on his skin. Oh.
Yeah, that was
okay. You know what I want to talk
diabolical, actually.
Yes. And you know what I want to talk about is old Clubfoot, old foot fetish man coming in there and talking to Aegon.
Who?
The Clubfoot, the guy that has a foot fetish.
The Master of Whispers?
Yes.
Does he have a foot fetish? Do we know this?
Oh, Robin, season 1, he makes Allison take out her feet and then he...
Oh, I forgot
Come on.
about that.
Remember, he's got a clubfoot and he's got a foot
There's
fetish.
always one.
Those freaks out there.
Okay. No hate, no shade.
No, you know what?
You do you, boo.
We aren't going to kink shame on this
No,
this
never.
podcast. Absolutely not.
We never yuck yums.
No.
Unless they're disgusting. Then we say, yuck.
Yeah.
Grody.
Yes.
The clubfoot and foot fetish combo is...
Well, I mean, it's true. So
these writers, I tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. George R.
Well, I wonder if
Martin.
he had a foot fetish in the books.
We'll never know. Unless we Google it.
Yeah.
Which I will not
Anyway,
be doing.
old foot fetish comes in the room and he's talking to Aegon. And this was interesting because you see him be like, you're going to be maimed. Like, you're never going to be the same physically. They're going to laugh at you. And he's like, you need to use your mind.
He's almost like coaching him of like, I've been through it. Like,
he's like,
let me mentor you.
Don't worry. We can still be evil and get things done, even though we're not whole physically. you know? And so I feel like you can kind of see that switch in Aegon of like, I got to get my shit together.
Yeah,
because
no
obviously
moping.
my family is against me, clearly. So I've got to like get it together and use what I do have since I lived, you know?
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting, I think. What?
Forgive me. I just don't remember. Was he talking, Aegon?
I
know he said mummy.
No, he didn't really talk in this episode. Because he asked for the pain tea.
Oh yeah,
and that's when Clubfoot took it away from him.
Like, no, you need to be clear-minded.
He's like, you need to be clear-minded.
I just feel like, can he tattle already?
Well, remember, it was like Aemond threatened him. He was like,
"Oh,
what do you remember?" And he was like, "I don't remember anything." He did talk. That's the only thing he said.
Got it.
So I think
that's why he was kind of.
Which we don't really know if he remembers anything, but I bet he does, and I think he's just terrified.
I mean, he might not, but yeah, probably.
Like, honestly, I would be terrified of that.
I'd be terrified
again,
too. Your
that
brother just tried to freaking scorch you.
That one-eyed creepy mother effer. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? I do. God, he's creepy.
He is.
That sucks to be the actor that's like, I'm going to go after this creepy role.
You know what?
Mm.
I've watched so many interviews, and he's such a little cutie pie.
He is cute.
It's so weird.
And he's got his eye patch off, and he's got these bright blue eyes, and he's very like,
he's smiley.
Yeah.
It's just like he's so cute in the interviews, and I'm like, God, he's so creepy in the show.
I love seeing how they talk about their characters as if they are like a very different person. I mean, obviously they are. They're acting.
Yeah.
But it's just so fun to see them being like, oh yeah, Aemon, da-da-da-da-da, like talking about their motivation. It's like, but that's you.
Yeah.
But then some of them I've seen say, like, they speak in first person. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you're not them.
But
like,
that's
it's
not you. Yeah.
I'm confused.
I love watching their interviews. That cast is just great.
Me too. They are so, and they just
their
have
dynamic is so good.
They have such a good time on set. They have such respect for one another.
Yeah.
They have such respect for the set designers, the makeup artists, the costume designers. Like, that must be just a once in a lifetime, such a cool
opportunity.
Experience.
Yeah.
Such a cool experience.
Yep.
It's almost like when they talk about High School Musical and stuff like that. I mean, any movie set where people actually get along and respect each other.
Yes.
It's like you're at summer camp.
Yes.
And then it's over and you're like, oh, yay, we get to do a press tour. Like, the gang's back together.
I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
I know.
What else happened in the episode?
Oh, well, sea smoke.
Yes. So the dragon situation. So we talked about the plan that Jace had come up with about trying to find someone in their bloodline.
Yeah.
That would be what? What? Oh, God.
This little recap video was like, and then they did a 23andMe.
Yep. Precisely.
I didn't want to claim that was my joke. I did see that in a little recap video when I was trying to freshen my memory.
Precisely. They did some 23andMe
They're like,
research. Yeah.
Darkly or whatever his name is.
Yeah. So they Darken?
Something like that.
Yeah. So they bring this guy in and
immediately
he's like,
we're just like, he did.
He's like, I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
We're like, oh, it's some like middle-aged / old white dude. He's going to die.
Yeah. Well, then they're like, you know, playing it out like it's going to be fine. And he's going to climb up on the dragon. And this is me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. And then he gets fried.
And they have to, like, really fry people. There's really no great way to set someone on fire with CGI. I was watching it in the House of the Dragon. Like, it's scary. You know, as soon as they light them, they start counting down. Like, that's how long they have until you ain't safe anymore. And then they all put them out, and then it's like, all right, go again, stunt doubles, you know.
Wow.
It's a whole thing.
Wow.
Because a lot of that show, actually,
is not CGI?
Is not CGI.
That's impressive, actually.
You would be surprised how much is real actors, real extras, real this, real that, and the amount of money is crazy how much they spend. They talk about that openly, too. They're like, you would not believe how much that thing cost. I'm like,
wow.
That's crazy. Can you imagine just no budget? You're just like, we need to make this thing happen.
What a life.
What a world.
Let me tell you, our podcast would be a lot nicer if we had no budget.
Yeah, y'all, you should see what's going on this wall above this.
You should see what's going on behind the camera.
Let's just say when we painted, we didn't feel like getting a ladder.
So there may be, you know, some wall left.
When people see it for the first time, they're like,
oh my God. I'm like, yep, little embarrassing.
My husband was out of town and we didn't feel like getting on the ladder. Like, they won't be able to see it.
It's not on camera. It's fine.
Maybe one day we'll do a studio tour. Let us know in the comments if you want a studio tour.
Oh, God.
We might show you a peek behind the curtain.
Oh, bless.
Maybe after we tidy up a little.
Uh-huh.
But on that note of, like, stunts and things like that, the guy who ended up, I can't remember his name, Alwyn? I don't remember. The brother who Sea Smoke like stalks.
Adam of Hull.
Adam of Hull. Hull?
Hull.
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 Okay.
Sorry.
He wanted to do all of his own stunts. And they're like, okay. Because that's so risky.
Yeah.
And also, it's a lot more work for like the stunt coordinator and all this. Like you're not working with someone who's
a
that.
professional.
Yeah. But he was so excited.
I love it.
He's like, this is my moment. I want it. And he's very athletic, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he said it was really fun.
Cutie
And,
too.
oh my gosh. That like.
Yeah. So the dragon fries Darkland, whatever his name is. And then Sea Smoke takes off.
He's like, bye. I gotta
go get my guy.
rider.
I gotta get my guy.
My guy.
So he stalks Adam of Hull and literally stalks him into the forest. Then he falls down, gets him up against a rock, and then he's like all up in his grill.
He's like, hello, can you please ride me now?
Yes, I have chosen you and you don't have a choice.
They said that the way that the actor played that scene, they ended up having to like go back and make the dragon like way bigger than they intended just because of how the magnitude of like what was on his face and how he was looking. It was like, oh, let's like triple the size of this dragon.
Wow.
Like he did such a good performance that it warranted
It's
that.
great.
But it was a lot more work and money to make that
course
happen.
It always is.
Yep. And I thought that was such a cool touch when they showed his brother, who's also one of Corlin's
sons that he had with the sea.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the B word.
Yeah.
But that they showed him every morning he gets up and he has to shave his
his
head
silver
so that
hair.
people don't still see his silver hair.
Mhm.
And now that was like a whole thing of like, how do we get this fake hair on you so you can shave it off? And they like hired a barber to come in to teach him, if you were someone who woke up every day and shaved your head, this is the way you would shave it.
Wow.
Because if you think about that, if you're not someone who normally shaves your
Robin's
head.
just giving you all the behind the scenes details.
Yeah, I'm so fascinated by this stuff.
Cool.
Like you'd be like, what do I go side to side? Am I going front
Right.
to back? And so they hired someone to coach him on how to shave his own head.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was
a cool
to
touch.
see. And then in the preview, it shows Rhaenyra. And at the end of the episode, she gets on her dragon and takes off. And it shows Rhaenyra like confronting him of like, you ride, what does she say? You ride a dragon of House Targaryen with the blood of the dragon. What do you want? What side are you on? And that was in the preview. So we'll kind of see her confront Adam and the dragon.
They could be a dynamic duo.
That's what I'm hoping he comes to the right side, which he should.
He should.
Because Corlys is on her side. He's the hand.
Yeah.
So you would think that, but I don't know.
I don't know. He didn't seem to really like love the idea of being the hand.
Right.
So he might see this as, oh, actually, you're responsible for my wife's death. Maybe we go to the other side.
Right. So I'm going to be interested to see how
I could see that.
Yeah, how this plays out.
People who read the books are probably screaming right now. Just kidding. None of them listen to this podcast.
I don't know if it's our audience. I don't know if it's our audience.
I read the original Game of Thrones books.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
A couple times, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Crazy. I loved the show.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. And then the other thing we need to talk about on the episode is, to me, a random storyline of Rhaenyra macking on Mysaria.
Sure.
I understand, like, she was having a moment. They were both being vulnerable. They trust each other. They see each other as equals.
They both love the same man.
They both loved Daemon at some point.
Maybe.
Yeah. Whatever.
Who knows?
They both,
Or were groomed to love him. I don't know.
right, whatever that is. I get it. You
Tomato,
want to
tomato.
comfort each other.
Yeah. It got a little steamy real fast.
The makeout was very unexpected.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wasn't mad at it.
I wasn't mad at it.
I just wonder, I think it has to serve a purpose in the future of like Daemon finding out or maybe.
Right. What does that look like?
Or maybe Mysaria.
Mysaria.
God damn it.
I could be saying it wrong, but that's how I say it in my brain. I've seen it spelled out.
Maybe Mysaria has a vendetta or has an agenda.
Right. She could be manipulating Rhaenyra for all we know.
Daemon
screwed her over and screwed her.
Mhm.
Anyway, I don't know. It's interesting.
In season 1, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he say that she was with child?
Yeah. So,
but then the story is that she can't.
But I will say, when he said she's with child in season 1, it pans to her face and she makes a face. So it's almost like Damon was like throwing that in her face that she never could have a child
Yeah.
by using that as an excuse for whatever.
Yeah. And like saying that to justify his behavior of like, well, I'm going to be with her because she's with a child or something.
Well, I mean, like,
I'm trying to remember why he
I can't remember what the circumstance
I'm sure
was.
he had some
it was
nefarious
like
intention.
why he couldn't leave Dragonstone was because I'm
Right.
here with my
Right.
she's
that's what
with
I mean.
child.
Yeah. He had a reason.
And it was like he was throwing it in her face that she never could.
Yeah.
If that's true, which again, we don't really know her motives. I don't know.
It's so weird to be rooting for Damon right now.
I'm always rooting for Rhaenyra. To be quite honest with you, she's number one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I
But
had to pick a side, well, he's also like,
I mean, he's
now trying to be the king.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm rooting for Damon. I'm always rooting for Rhaenyra.
Always
I
rooting for Rhaenyra.
usually am rooting for Damon.
Right. If I compare, did I say Damon?
You said Damon. I'm assuming you meant Damon.
I did. I was combining him
And
with
Aemond.
If I'm going Aemond or Damon, I'm going to choose Damon.
Every day
But
of the
if
week.
I go Rhaenyra or anyone, I'm going to choose Rhaenyra.
Any day of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
I'm like, Team Aegon.
Oh, poor
Bless
Aegon. Which he's awful too. They're all awful.
Yeah.
They're all awful in their own right.
Yep.
Except for Rhaenyra, she can do no wrong. Okay.
Moving on. So hopefully,
So we'll see.
I mean, episode 7 is going to be, it has to be
These
explosive.
last 2 episodes have to be action-packed.
Yes.
They better be.
I know.
I'm going to lose my shoe.
I will write a very strongly worded letter. Dear HBO.
Yeah.
Dear Mr.
Max.
and Mrs. Max.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the and then.
Let's go. Okay, my and then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, I don't know if this is a Robin's wrong, but boy, was I wrong.
Okay.
Slip and slide.
Oh, yeah.
I believe I said something along the lines of like, it's huge.
You did say that.
It is the opposite of huge.
It was a little mini slip.
It is, in
and slide?
fact, quite small.
Yeah, so how'd that work out?
I'll show you afterward.
Okay.
So
When you said it was $35, I went,
I just thought
It
it's
can't
HEB.
I thought, it can't be that big.
But how, it's a piece of plastic.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tarp.
The world we live in.
It's a glorified tarp.
$35 doesn't get you that much.
I know. I just thought HEB maybe. But so the kids my niece had spent the night and they're kind of restless. And I was like, why don't you go ask Daddy to set up a slip and slide?
Poor Nate.
I was busy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hear like the, he's blowing it up because the sides are inflated.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Probably took all of 10 seconds to blow up.
it kind of took a little while.
Oh.
Like I looked out the window and he's all unrolling it and it was, whatever.
Okay.
And so I come downstairs oddly right after it was done.
No.
Oh, do you need some help? I didn't ask if he needed help. He knows the drill. We know our roles.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, how's the slip inside? And he was like, really small. It definitely was wide enough for 3 people. And it said right on the front of the box, 16 feet. If you see 16 feet, do you think big?
Yeah.
Right?
Think large enough for a slip
I'm not
and
here
slide.
like walking on the ground pacing like 1, 2, 3, like to figure out how.
Right.
It ain't very long when it comes to a slip and slide.
Just straight into the grass.
It's like from here to there.
No, that's not long
even.
at all.
Not even.
No.
No. So they're like running and they're like,
Wee!
My kids were like not interested. And Violet's like, I'll do it. And she's like, I also don't really have any slopes in my backyard to speak of.
Very flat, very short.
Nothing to write home about.
exciting.
And then they're like, there's ants. And so Nate and I like take the stakes out. We drag it over. And the ants just
Make their way over?
beeline.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, get off of it. I said, why don't y'all go, we'll undo this, take the hose over to the trampoline, we'll go get the dish soap. And they're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So they were on that thing for hours. We have one of those really
good.
cool hoses. It's like a shrinking hose,
Yeah.
and so it's very flexible.
Mhm.
So we just tied it around one of the posts on the springless trampoline, and so it's just going up and straight down.
Nice.
So
you
who needs
had
a sprinkler?
constant water going.
Who
get the
needs a
soap.
sprinkler? Yeah. And we have the spray, the Dawn power
Yeah.
spray stuff. So they had a blast with that. They ended up doing the next day too. In that time that I was outside,
Hmm?
I would say 5 minutes tops. I got like 6 ant bites on my foot. Little black ants too, not fire ants. They are so itchy.
Still?
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Like 5 days later. So I was at HEB the other day and I bought 3 different kinds of what we call itchy cream. Yeah, so I called my pest control company. God, this is so fascinating. I'm talking about HOA and anyway, and I'm like, what the hell? Because they had just come and they're like, oh, your service was 7 days ago. Our formula takes 7 to 10 days. And I'm like, it's been 7. And when I say they were like
swarming,
crazy.
Yeah.
So in a couple days, I can call them and be like, come do another treatment. So that was the best. Anyway, and then this week is back to school shopping.
Oh, yes.
The best.
Yes. I wanted everything new.
I wanted everything.
And I wanted like my first, I can remember
the first day of school outfit.
Crucial.
It was everything. It was going to determine your whole year.
Your debut to your people.
Which is so funny because like it doesn't matter and nobody notices. And
literally doesn't matter at all.
But I love seeing those pictures of me and my sister. We'd always go out. My house that I grew up in had this really pretty courtyard that the previous owners had installed like this whole garden area with a water feature, and it was just so beautiful. And so we'd always pose right there. And my sister was always like 2 feet taller than me, and we'd all be in our shiny new, limited 2 shirt. I was thinking about my one from 5th grade. I can see it like because Sawyer's about to go into 5th grade. It was a black and white striped shirt, little kind of baby tee with the little yellow embroidery smiley face. Like I pretty much bought Sawyer that exact shirt at Target the other day, but it was a blue baby tee with a white smiley face. I mean, the exact design and everything. But like tax-free weekend, you feel like you're like stealing.
Yes.
Like,
I remember
8.25%. Who?
I remember
Never heard of
what
her.
I wore. I was like trying to think if any were in my brain. 7th grade, I remember I wore this. Bless. It was also the year I started wearing makeup, which wasn't a lot. It was just like mascara and lip gloss.
Right.
But to everyone and to me, it was everything.
Yeah, I think 7th grade is around 7th or 8th grade.
So I wore this like pink Hollister V-neck shirt, but then I wore my white cami under it.
This is before you were Tits McKee?
This was before.
Yeah. My friend messaged me and they're like,
oh no.
They screenshotted the
title
episode and they were like that they were listening to it. And they were like, oh, I'm about to listen to this. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm excited. And by the way, you spelled it wrong. And I said, that's Kaley's last name, right?
Oh no.
And they just go, oh.
That's funny.
I know.
Yes, this was before old Tits McKee came into the picture, but
you were no Tits McKee.
And I wore this like, and it was the Hollister that just had the little bird. Like it didn't have Hollister on anything else. It just had the little bird, and it was pink and it was V-neck, and I wore my little white cami underneath.
Of course, you have to wear the cami.
I wore my hair perfectly straight, flat as could be against my head, and I had my little pink lip gloss and my mascara, and I thought I was killing it in 7th grade with my little look.
What year was 7th grade for you? Well, let's just do the math on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was a junior in college.
No.
I swear to God.
No.
When you were in 7th grade, I was a junior in college.
Okay, that just put things into a different perspective.
Yeah, because if you were 13 or if you were 12, I would have been 20.
Y'all.
Crickets.
Y'all.
Wild.
Well,
I would have babysat you.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yes. If you were 10 and I was 18, I would have babysat you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's weird.
Eat your carrots, Kaley.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm still doing it.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
I forget sometimes.
I know.
Again, how far apart we
That's
are.
so funny.
Because it doesn't seem like it now. But if you put it in that perspective, it's
so
like,
weird
oh
to think
my
about,
God.
Right? So Sawyer's super excited. Harrison has no idea. I'm like, do we even need to go back to school shopping and buy this chick clothes all the time? But that moment, like,
it's
so
the
special.
best.
You go, you have your limit.
Mm-hmm.
If you were privileged enough, I know this is like coming from a place of privilege to talk about being able to do this every year.
Yep.
So I definitely acknowledge that. We usually had like, do I say the amount? $300 limit.
Oh, we usually had about 100.
Yeah. Some years I'm sure it was different.
Yeah, it may have gone up eventually, but that was
Yeah.
like what I remember, like
During
my
the time-
younger years.
Yes, during the time when you're like growing a lot, like you pretty much have to just get
a
rid of
new
everything and
wardrobe.
get a new wardrobe.
Yeah.
And so we'd have our list. Like we needed to make sure we hit this. We got this many tops, this many skirts, this many
Girl,
like this
I
many
was hitting up
dresses.
Hollister, Abercrombie. I mean, I just lived.
Mine was limited to Wet Seal,
No.
Charlotte Russe. We loved like a Mervyn's California.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know Mervyn's?
No.
They're not around anymore, but we had one at Lakeline Mall. Shop a new mama, shop a new mama. That was the commercial whenever the mall was built. It was a big deal. It was delayed because of the endangered beetles. Anyway.
Okay, fun fact.
But yeah, I mean, we would want to get as much bang for our buck. So my mom would shop the coupons, especially at like the department stores. Nowadays, it's Macy's. My mom's all about the Macy's life. Like anytime she takes anybody shopping, it's like, hold on, let me find my coupons. Okay, we're going to go this weekend. Da, 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 da. And then we were always so proud. I mean, it's like the girl math thing that we talked about. We'd always be so proud when we came back. So we'd lay everything out on the bed.
Oh my God.
And show my dad that. Like we'd go and he'd like, sit down on the little bench or whatever, and we'd lay it all out, and he'd be like, okay. And then I'd take it all in my room and then take one outfit at a time. If I had like one pair of pants that went with 3 different shirts, I'd do each shirt. And he'd be like, oh, what material is that? Like, oh, wow. Wait, how much? Oh, you got it for $13? How much was it? $25? Wow. That is a steal. Like he loved it.
So cute.
Still is the same way with my kids.
So
and
cute.
I love it too. I mean, Sawyer's annoyed because this year tax-free weekend is the weekend right before school starts.
Oh.
Which I feel like maybe it always was, but it would be nice if it was.
It would fell differently on different years.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was a week earlier, I think, just to like give you some time to like.
So y'all haven't
plan.
gone yet?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't know what our limit's going to be, but like I said, I mean, her clothes don't even fit in her. Like, we're going to have to do the clean out.
Yeah, for sure. She's growing.
Ugh. Can I pay someone? If you want to give you $20, hang out with my daughter for an hour and clean out her clothes. That'd be great. If you're interested. Meredith.
Meredith, we're talking to you.
Meredith, if you're listening, help.
That's so funny.
All right, that's my end then.
Okay. Mine is back to your little rapid fire.
Love it.
List them off. I was thinking about like games and toys. I did the same thing where I didn't look anything up. I just off the dome. So I'm probably forgetting a bunch, but that's just what I was trying to think of. Not go Beanie Babies. Like try to go
right.
more specific.
Okay.
Not so
generic.
Not so popular.
Not generic, but like
you know what I mean.
Stereotypical.
Yeah, exactly.
Cliche.
Yes.
There's the
so,
word.
Bop It was the first one that popped.
Bop it. Pull it. Twist it. I love it. I can hear it.
I loved Bop It.
Bop it.
I loved it so much.
Oh my gosh. We used to have one, like one of the newer ones that has like
the crazy
like,
ones.
Yeah. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Yank it. Just kidding. Smack it. Make a dirty pop it. Lick it. Twerk it.
Not the yank it and smack it. Okay. Moving on. You still love Bop It.
Oh, I just made it dirty.
Oh,
Sorry.
you did. It's okay.
It just happened.
The other one that popped in my brain was Mousetrap. Oh my God. I used to build that thing.
I can see the
little silver marble that you dropped.
What was the song in the commercial?
Oh, play it. Please find it.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't tell you right now.
In my brain. I'm also hearing Don't Wake Daddy from Mama Brothers. Whatever that was.
Nope. Not right at all.
Don't Wake Daddy.
Just remember the little thing coming down in the commercial.
Yep.
Oh,
the commercial
Mousetrap.
was exciting.
Mousetrap was a time.
Okay, let's see.
You need Mousetrap. Mousetrap, I guarantee it's the craziest trap you'll ever see. The first to capture everyone else's mouse.
This is before you were born.
And snap the blank and shoot the marble right down the chute. Now watch it roll and hit the bowl. Knock the ball in the rubber duck top, which fits the man. Into the pan, the trap is set.
Oh my God, this makes me so happy.
Mousetrap, I guarantee it's
I loved Mousetrap.
Oh my gosh.
That was my little engineering brain.
Oh yeah, that was like the Rube Goldberg device or whatever, where you had to, like, they'd have you do that in school, where like one
Yes.
thing, and
Like
then
the domino effect of everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are so fun to build.
Yes. So Mousetrap.
Love.
Super Simon. I don't.
Oh, it was like Simon with the 4 colors.
Yes,
but
and then you had to remember it would go like red,
Mhm,
yellow,
mhm.
yellow, green, blue, blue, red,
Mhm.
blue, and you had to remember. Oh, I was so good at it, Robin.
I was so good at it.
My memory is just like memory games were my jam.
You'd be surprised how good I was at that. They had one.
I might be.
They had one that was like an arcade setup thing at Skate World,
Oh,
and it would. I mean, I was like,
I was locked
all
in
over that
at
thing.
Super Simon.
So fun.
I loved Super Simon.
Yes.
Skip It.
Mhm.
So that was where it was on your ankle and you skipped around. I was
and it had a little counter.
and it had a counter. I was good at that too.
Me too.
Oh, I could sit out there getting the hundreds
Now
and
I want to
just
see the Skip It
skip
commercial.
it, skip it, skip it.
All right, Skip It commercial.
Okay.
1991.
Hey now kids, come gather round. See what just skipped into town. So skip it. To run, to jump, to hop.
Oh my God, I love the skip it. Yes.
Skipping and screaming in a bop to bop.
And
Take
it
out your friends
hurt.
and trip them.
Yeah, and it hurt when it hit your ankle
Oh, yeah.
wrong. Oh, it hurt.
It's like, don't come in. Everybody back up. I'm
Yeah,
playing Skip
I'm
It.
skipping it. I loved it.
I'll take you out.
And then the last one that popped up was the magic mitts, where it was like the Velcro and you threw the tennis ball.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we would go in the yard and try it, and it was just, what was the like fad? Like, what was the obsession with?
What was the allure? Because, like, why don't you just
Just play catch.
catch it?
I literally played softball. Like,
And I feel like more often than not, it hit because the plastic edge like protruded further than
Yes,
the thing.
Velcro.
So if even a corner, not that balls have corners, but if even a portion of the ball hit that, it would just bounce right off.
well, you know what I would do, because I literally grew up playing softball. I would just catch it like it was a glove.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like cover it with my other hand. So what was the point? Why didn't I just
I think
throw a
it's-
softball?
I think it's more of a sitting down game because then you could just be like, meow.
Yeah, I never.
Meow.
It was like a habit for me to just
Yeah.
cover it up. It's like, why am I
They
playing with
still
this thing?
sell those things. I feel like my kids have gotten them a couple times over the years, and
Bless.
it's like you play with it once and you're like, this
This
sucks.
What is fun about this? Anyway, it popped in my brain.
Yeah, that's not the best.
Yeah, really, guys, that's the most creative toy we could come up with.
I think everybody was just like, Velcro's
Yeah.
awesome. Let's
Yeah.
put it all over our bodies and then run and jump onto a wall.
Yes.
Have you ever done that?
I haven't done that, just obviously in the Big Fat Liar scene. It's
Yeah.
the best scene in Big Fat
It
Liar.
looks painful.
I've never done it. Never been to a place where you could do it, honestly.
Don't want to.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
that's what I had that came to the dome.
that's fun. Can't think of anything else. Like, I feel like you hit on the main ones.
Thank you.
Oh, how I talked about Dream Phone?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you want to save it? or you
I'll
wanna talk
save
about
it. Because
Okay.
I feel like that whole genre. Ooh, I just thought of another good one.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Save it.
Oh my God. Don't let me forget.
I won't.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to the now. Okay, so we don't really have a lot in the now besides we've got to talk about Love Island.
Yeah.
It's the finale.
Finale.
It's over. Sad day.
Sad day that it's over, but so happy. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
I'm dancing.
Spoiler alert. If you are not caught up or you plan on watching it, do not listen.
Cordell and Serena, baby.
They are the cutest. I love them so much.
Love, 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 love.
Oh, I do think that they are just the sweetest. I know my only thing is like they're super young, so they probably
I
won't
know.
last, but that doesn't mean that their feelings aren't valid and real and that they're not like the cutest, most in
Love
love,
them.
just the cutest.
They're just so cute. I thought it was so cute on their final date how they played the movie of like their
Yeah.
whole time in the villa. Oh, I just can't get enough of them.
I love them so
Little
much. I'm
cutie pies. I
obsessed with
love
Cordell.
that they came in matching and they left matching.
Yes, they are so cute. Our girls from Chicks in the Office got to go to Fiji,
So jealous.
and
So cool.
they were on After Sun, which was really cool. I
Mhm.
wish that their segment was longer, but I had a feeling it was going to.
It's pretty short.
Yeah, but they had a
looked
blast.
amazing.
They got to go around the villa. Fuck, Aaron. It was so funny. And they got to interview not only Serena and Cordell on their podcast,
Uh-huh.
but also Janae
Janae.
and Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny. So very happy for the winners. I was actually kind of surprised that
That Leah and Miguel got second.
yeah, and Leah's like, why?
Yeah. What?
Okay, we get it that it's surprising, but like maybe played a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
I thought that was really sweet.
Because she has no idea that people are loving her now.
Obsessed with her, yeah.
I am not obsessed with her. I just want to make this clear. She has funny lines.
Yeah.
She's grown on me a lot because I really didn't like her at the beginning.
Yeah.
She has grown on me a lot, though. I will give her that. She is not my favorite, but
her friendship with
No,
Janae and
totally.
Serena is the cutest. Like, I saved so many memes that I was gonna send you of like them as the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, they are just the cutest when they did like what everyone's grateful for.
Cute.
And they're like, I'm grateful for our friendship. They're just always there for each other. And
Very cute.
I know that they'll be friends for life. If any of their relationships last, I'll be
surprised.
shocked. But that trio of friends is definitely
Yeah.
like for life.
And did you see that Rob is going on Call Her Daddy this week?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch.
Anything to watch Rob. They dropped like a little clip of him in his overalls sitting on the couch at the Call Her Daddy and saying, "Hey, Daddy." And I was like, okay, gotta scroll past that because, yep.
Imagine how many pairs
get
of
a-
overalls that man is about to own.
We'll get a little warm in here,
Mhm.
literally. So we'll
Mhm.
see how that goes. That should be interesting to hear what he
Yeah.
talks about with Alex Cooper because, she can get the tea out.
Yeah, I
on
wonder if him
people.
and Cassie are still dating. She's like, I wrangled the snake.
I think dating is a strong word.
Yeah. They're doing something.
Yep.
Bop it.
Are they still bopping it?
They're
Okay.
playing a friendly game of Bop It regularly.
Uh-huh.
Good for them.
Yeah, so we'll see what he says.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, the finale was cute. Their little dates were cute.
Yeah.
So it was Serena Cordell, Leah Miguel,
Mhm.
Janae and Kenny,
Mhm.
and then Kendall and Nicole, right?
And they
With
got
the-
fourth.
They got fourth, which was shocking.
Yeah. You could tell they were surprised.
Yeah, I think everyone was surprised.
Yeah.
But I think people were so turned off with how he acted at Casa, with just
Yeah.
egging on all the
And
boys.
just the word that I was looking for was like corny, cheesy.
over the top.
I think
Everything's over the top.
I think I wrote it down in my notes. Like the word I was looking for was,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he's just cheesy.
Yeah. So he got fourth, and it felt like literally everyone that was standing up there was shocked by that.
Yeah. And then they're like, eh.
Yeah.
And then some controversy with him post.
Yeah. So, a video, a private video that he sent someone in the past
Yeah.
of him nude got leaked.
Yep.
And
And he had to respond to it.
He had to respond to it. Like
It's a bit of a sensitive subject, so we're not going to talk about it too
No.
much. If you haven't heard about this and you're curious, just go Google it. But
it's sad that he comes out of the villa and this is what he sees is someone leaking like a private video. He's
yeah,
in
he's
his
like,
past.
wow, way to get my phone back, guys.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yikes.
So
Big yikes.
yeah, I feel bad for him there. It's
Yeah.
obviously that's just not okay to be
That's
leaking
so
private videos.
messed
of
up. I mean,
people. It's
that's
awful.
That's like lawsuits, legal
I'm
action.
sure
Mhm.
that's going to be coming out.
If there's only one person who received that video from him, he'll know who it was. But if he sent that to multiple people
right.
over a period of time, like
Right.
who knows?
Yeah. I feel bad for him though.
I do
That's not what you
too.
want to come back into the
I
real
know.
world.
And just think
with.
about like,
Oh,
your
yeah.
parents and
yeah, and then
God.
just, like,
friends
all-
and family, your job.
Yeah, and then all just like the online hate. You know how people are. The people are so mean online.
Even without that aspect of it.
Yes, people are just mean in
Yeah.
general, but then you add this.
As much as I'm like, he's annoying and cheesy and corny, nobody deserves
Deserves
that.
this.
No,
No.
it's messed up.
No. I will say, like, after Casa, I was not the biggest fan.
No.
No.
But yay, Serena and Cordell.
Yay. We're super excited.
Yep.
And then I saw this after.
I feel like I haven't seen anything. I'm on the wrong side.
Robin's
of the
like,
internet,
how do I
guess.
miss things? And I'm like, I live.
I'm telling you, all I get is dogs.
I'm in the Twitterverse and I'm on the, and I'm back on my TikTok grind.
Yes, yeah,
so.
I'm just Instagram, which is just dogs. Dogs,
Which,
dogs.
you know, speaking of TikTok, not to like go off on a side tangent here,
Mhm.
but I've thought about multiple times because, you know, I don't post TikToks.
Right.
We just post like our crumble cookie reviews
Yeah.
and our clips. But like, I'm like, should I start posting? Nothing crazy. I'm not crazy, but like,
Go for it.
get ready with me or something. I feel like everyone's always like, oh my God, your makeup
Your
looks
makeup,
good.
yeah.
People say that. And I'm like, should I start?
You
Y'all let
should
me
show your makeup routine. You should show how you
wave my hair.
wave your hair.
Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all would be interested in that because
should maybe
I've been
do-
thinking about it, but it also
Yeah.
scares the living bejesus out
It's
of
just
me.
a time commitment. That's all I'll say. Like, if
Oh.
you're gonna do that, just you gotta like schedule it with yourself.
Oh, for sure.
You should also talk about like your shopping habits because I feel like you have a really good eye for finding things. Like I'm always like, where'd you
Robin.
get that? Send me like even
Yeah.
today I was like, send me the link.
my pants. Thank you, Robin. I've been thinking about it, but also then you're like really putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I put myself out here on here.
Right.
And we put ourselves out there with clips and videos and stuff. But like, that's like your personal, like really putting it out there. And I got, when I'm doing my makeup, I got to like talk through it. So I really got to share. I don't know. It scares me, but I have been considering it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let us know.
Let's see if I grow a pair and actually do it. I don't
know.
We'll see. Anyway, so, what I was going to say is I saw this video. It was Aaron like taking this selfie video like, oh my God, it's so nice to be like out of the villa, like in the real world. And it's literally Kaley in the background talking shit about Leah. And he doesn't realize it in this video that got posted. And you barely can hear her, but she says something like, well, when she comes out of the villa, people aren't going to care anymore, or something like that. Like, once Love Island's over, she's not going to have that following anymore.
That sucks. That was a weird dynamic, like toward the end when it was the final, I guess, six
couples,
that it was like, the trio that we already mentioned. And then I think Kaley was close with Nicole. I mean, Cassie was new, so she was just kind of like, love me.
Yeah.
But I did feel a little strange whenever she got voted off.
You could tell she was not happy about it.
And that, like, the other girls were like, oh no, but it didn't feel like they
genuine.
Were like, yeah.
No.
I think they're probably also equally annoyed as we are of hearing, fuck. They're probably like, please get her out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
different vibe.
Different vibe. And all she did was, towards the end, was just cry a lot. So,
yeah. And she took Aaron back after all that
instantly.
shit. So they're probably just like.
And again, I don't even have a problem with her taking him back. But girl, the fact that you slept with him outside on night one back from Casa is wild.
And then they immediately said, I love you. And then she was like, I don't want to be his girlfriend in here. And then 5 minutes later, he asked her to be his girlfriend. She's like, this has been the best moment in my whole Love Island journey. And they're probably just like,
rolls eyes.
This immature chick.
Yeah. Anyway, she was making a comment and got caught in the back of this video. So I'm sure
I'm not surprised.
She's probably saying, give it to me, Robin.
Fuck, Aaron.
To him after that video. So we'll see. I think the reunion, they did announce the reunion will be happening.
I was wondering that.
August 19th, I think is the date.
I'm glad that they're giving it a minute.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting because
sometimes they do it way too soon and it's like, hey, we just saw you.
Yeah. But I think this is perfect because it's about a month in between since they got out. This stuff is already happening. We'll see what else comes out. We'll get an update on where everyone is, like in their relationship. So I'm excited for that.
Just everyone needs to just stop digging in their past. We don't need any more of that. Let's talk about like what they're doing now. Like that to me, I'm like, yeah, Kaley just did that. Let's talk about that. Yeah. That is a scandal or a controversy that like makes sense. But let's not go digging in these people's past. Like, let's not ruin their lives.
No, I agree. Amen.
They've done that enough by being on Love Island. Having sex on national television.
Yeah, literally. Okay, that's another thing with this season is like...
Yeah. It was very reminiscent of the earlier UK
where they were banging constantly. And those early seasons, they showed...
Twist it. Okay.
They showed everything in those early seasons.
Yeah, they did. Everything. Like, for a long time, you'd see their little toes going...
There was no censoring anything. No. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so... I'm looking forward to the reunion.
We're sad it's over, but looking forward to the reunion.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay, you ready to go to the Recs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my rec is for all those dog lovers out there. So they're called Jack and Pup Bully Sticks. So Jack and Pup is the brand and then Bully Sticks. So the reason why I'm recommending these is because I have a sweet puppers that is part bulldog, part pit bull, part lab. He loves to chew on things. Sometimes he's got a lot of energy. Sometimes
I have the female version of your exact dog.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes I just need a moment. Like if he hasn't gone to daycare in a little while and he's got a lot of energy and I'm just like exhausted or whatever.
And you're just like, I cannot.
I cannot. I have found these Bully Sticks. I did some research online, got on Amazon, speaking of my shopping habits. And they had really good reviews. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try these things. And it's just like a long, like bully stick, but it entertains him. Rocky can chew up anything. Like Rocky is a destroyer of things.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's like, challenge accepted.
Yes. Like if he gets a stuffed animal toy, first thing he does, he bites all over it to kind of feel like where
He's
is the weakest point?
Seeking its vulnerabilities
Where is the
out.
weakest point? And so, like, for example, I got him a
That's
little
so funny.
lammy toy the other day.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I got one of the big ones. He bit it all over. He found the back legs and he ripped off just the feet, the little red feet on the lammy, ripped off the red lammy feet, then put his whole snout in the leg and got the squeaker out. Like, that's what his
Little,
goal.
like, hunter dog.
His
kinda.
goal in life is find the weakness, get the squeaker.
Yeah.
Find the weakness, get the squeaker.
squeaker.
And so I'm like, stuffed animals don't last long for him.
Right.
But these bully sticks, he can chew and chew and chew, but it's all edible. Like, he does
And he
finish
doesn't get
it.
bored.
No, he doesn't get bored. It takes him a long time. They are supposed to have good ingredients.
Mhm.
I haven't had any issues with him. And I've been having him do these for a few months
Sometimes
now.
I worry when I'll give the dog something new. Like, I
Right.
do the same thing. I read the reviews. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's supposed to last a long time. They're supposed to love it. And then they eat the whole thing in one sitting, which might be a long time. And
Yeah.
then,
Right, stomach issues.
yeah.
So I will say, like, the ones I get for Rocky are like 12 inches long. Like, they're
Wow.
big. But he'll either like be tired after half, or if he's not, I will take it away after
Yeah,
half.
'cause that's a lot.
So he'll do like half one night, and then like a few nights later, I'll give him the other half.
Nice.
And it entertains him for a while. He likes it. We
I'm
haven't
gonna
had
literally
any
buy
issues.
some as soon as we
So
are done.
Jack and Pup bully sticks, and they have different sizes.
Yeah.
Rocky's big, so if you have a smaller dog that likes to chew, you
Right.
get a smaller size. But that's my rec.
I love that.
Thanks.
A dog wreck.
A dog rec.
Another wreck. Get a dog. Okay. This is
No.
If you've
Adopt
been waiting,
a dog.
If you've been waiting, adopt, don't shop. This is your sign to go adopt a dog.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not my rec though, but it is. My rec is a show that I've been wanting to recommend for a while. I was just waiting for the right time, and it is a show called Shoresy. So,
What is Shoresy, Robin?
so I want to say that if you are someone out there who has seen the show Letterkenny, and you're rolling your eyes and going, "Oh, Shoresy, he's the worst character," disregard. It's a different iteration. From what I understand, and my friend Scott, if he's actually listening to this, he'll be like, please tell this story correctly. And I might tell it incorrectly. So sorry. But from what I understand, he plays two characters in Letterkenny.
What is Letterkenny? Sorry.
It's a show that's like, it's like the Canadian version of Trailer Park Boys is what I would,
Okay.
like a very interesting brand of humor.
Mm-hmm.
You know that neon sign that I got Nate for his birthday that says, "To be fair"?
Yes.
That's like in the show, like the friend group will be standing around. They'll be like, "Well, to be fair," and when they say that, everyone's like, "To be fair, to be fair, to be fair," and so it becomes like a little saying
Got it.
amongst friend groups that love the show.
Got it.
So they always say, "To be fair," and so I got him a neon sign that's in our garage with our pool table. It says, "To be fair." So I watched Letterkenny here and there, but I was never like into it like my whole friend group was, and it's just I didn't think it was my brand of humor, but I could appreciate it, but I wouldn't seek it out.
Got it.
So apparently the guy who plays Shoresy also plays a guy named Wayne in Letterkenny who's like the worst. But then there's also another character named Shoresy in Letterkenny that you never see his face. You just hear his voice.
Got it.
And he's also probably the worst. Maybe not. I don't know. But they made this whole show around him. It's like they live in Canada. It's this hockey team that's like
Okay.
not professional, but, you know, older men's league. It's like the senior league or whatever.
Got
They're
it.
like the pride of their town.
Got it.
And so what I would say to people who have watched Letterkenny or didn't like it or whatever is that I would equate this more to, and also from Scott's point of view, having been a more of a Letterkenny fan, it's more equivalent to Ted Lasso.
Oh.
Like it's got that same, you know, heart and soul, feel good.
Mhm.
Like you laugh, you cry.
Got it.
You start to pick up on the little lingo. It is a lot more vulgar. Like his whole thing is he'll do this thing where I'm trying to like figure out how to recreate it. He'll be like, what are you gonna ask me? Like, what do you mean? Whatever. What are you gonna do tomorrow?
What do you mean?
Huh? Like before you're even done, he'll be like, huh? Because he knows that you're gonna, yeah. So he does these little quirks. He coaches this. He's just so mean to everyone, like in such a vulgar, descriptive way. But it's just like his way of showing affection. Like he coaches high school boys, or he doesn't coach. He referees high school boys hockey, and so they'll be like, Shoresy, what? And he's like, your mom, blah, 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 like, and goes into like this graphic detail about like what he did to their mom. So, and just his dynamic with all the different players with the owners. It's all female leadership. They own the team. There's 3 of them.
Got it.
The like council who makes the decisions for the league is all female. Like
Got it.
they just flip everything on its head. He's obsessed with this reporter and he's so sweet to her. Anytime she interviews him, he's like, I would make you so happy. Like it's just,
Okay, so what is it on?
my gosh. So I watch it
Because I've never even heard of it.
I watch it on Hulu.
Okay.
I'm not sure where it originated. Maybe Max. I'm not really sure, but I watched it on Hulu. It's called Shoresy. The 2nd season just ended. Not the 3rd, 2nd. It's only 6 episodes.
No.
Yes.
Why are they doing this to us?
Yes. So it's so good. If you liked Ted Lasso and you don't mind a little bit of vulgar humor, please check it out. I've been evangelizing this everywhere. I'm really trying to get my friend group to watch it and nobody's bitten so far. And I'm like, come on. So please watch Shoresy. And then if you do, let's talk about it.
Great.
All right. And I think that's all we got for this week.
That's it. Y'all can find us on all the things. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok. We're out there.
We're
People,
out there.
Find us.
Please comment. Please leave reviews. We really appreciate it. It really helps us out.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.